actually, it's so funny. I'm like not prepared with like an intro, but I got everything else prepared once because I thought we were just gonna do some banter.
Well, we can. Do you know what your intro should be?
What?
Our theme song.
I thought you were.
I thought we were just gonna like record that and then like put it on. You're gonna make me do it every single episode.
Well, the only other option is to sing it a different way every episode. But you guys are very passionate about.
I'm really into the.
Yeah, but I think we just need to record it once, and then Jess can just pop it in.
Well, that doesn't give that this way. You.
All right, I'll do it, but only if I can stare directly into Joanna's eyes while I do it. Judging things.
So uncomfortable.
This is Judging Things. Each week we choose a topic and proceed to judge it without remorse. Qualifications, 0. Agenda, none. Are we still going to judge? Obviously. I'm Jeannie.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Joanna.
And today we're judging royalty. That's right, it's Disney princess time. From glass slippers to animal sidekicks, nothing is off limits. Let's get into it. Did you guys know that there are technically 13 official Disney princesses?
That's it? I thought there would be.
These are the ones that have been designated as Disney princesses. And Tinkerbell, I found out, used to be on the list, and it got knocked off.
Yeah, well, she's not a princess.
Well, you would think that's why they knocked her off, but that's not why they knocked her off. They actually knocked her off because they wanted to start a new series about fairies. In the order of the way that they appear, we've got Snow White, and the first one appeared in 1937, Snow White.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Isn't that crazy? 1937.
That is incredible.
Cinderella came next, then Aurora, who's Sleeping Beauty. Then Ariel.
Wow.
What year was that? That was like 1980.
89.
89. But wait, what year was the one before that?
59. So they had a long stretch.
30 years.
Where they did not do... Well, because back then it wasn't like Disney princesses.
Yeah.
It like wasn't like a thing. You know, they were just making movies, you know? So yeah, big long stretch. So it was like Snow White, Cinderella, and then Aurora, and then Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, Moana, and Raya. And that one came out in 2021.
Anna and Elsa? Aren't they princesses?
Actually, no, because...
What?
Because Elsa, get this, because Elsa was the queen.
Oh, come the fuck on.
And then in the movie, she doesn't stay the queen. She gives her title to Anna.
So you actually have to be a princess.
These are just technicalities.
By title?
Like real royalty.
You know, but like Fantasia came out somewhere in between there. Like there were other Disney movies, like Rival. Like there were
Fox and the Hound, all of them. Yeah.
Are the sexy what's the fox? Robin Hood, the sexy fox. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
What?
What's the sexy fox in Robin?
He's wearing like a green open button shirt.
You're like,
yeah.
If you didn't,
I didn't really know that people.
If you didn't, did you think he was sexy?
We do need to do a podcast on sexy cartoon. Cartoon
yeah. No, if you didn't have a crush on this fox, look, I'm gonna put in sexy Disney fox, and it's gonna come up.
Let me see your boy. Oh yeah, I don't think that's sexy at all. Maybe it's his personality. Do I have to watch the movie?
I don't remember the movie, yeah. Oh, and I'm going to bring out Cinderella.
Oh, look at her.
So yeah, I'll tell you how we came across
around with
this.
That in your pocket?
I put it in there so I wouldn't forget.
Oh.
Just like Cinderella did with the shoe.
Joanna, would you explain what we're looking at that we oohed and awed about?
This is a Disney Funko Pop of Cinderella, pre-Prince Cinderella, reading a book to two mice. One of them is Gus Gus.
And the other one is, oh my gosh.
Mus.
No, okay. I gotta know who that is. No, Mus.
But it's kind of big, and Jeannie just pulled it out from her pocket.
Yeah,
I did.
And we didn't even notice.
I know.
Oh, Jacques.
Jacques. Could you imagine scrubbing a house all day and then having to read to mice at the end of the day?
I mean, the whole situation was...
Is brutal for Cinderella.
Just, yeah.
The work never ends.
Never ends. But let's see here. My kids are 12 and 15, and your kids are
3 and 5.
3 and 5, you know, and when my kids were little, I would actually, back when they were little, the Disney movies, you couldn't get them on Disney Plus. They would release them from the Disney vault.
I was going to
Do you
say, well,
remember that?
Disney Plus wasn't a thing when
Wasn't
your
a
kids
thing.
were little. Yeah.
No, but I was very big on like every time something got released from the vault.
Yeah, and you
Like-
buy the VHS.
Well,
Or DVD, I
by the
guess,
time, yeah. And otherwise, I remember though that Little Mermaid one when Joanna and I were little. We were around that thing. We watched that thing over and over and over again.
Yeah,
the Little
that
Mermaid.
VHS.
Yeah. Well, what's funny about our generation is that we experienced all these movies, and we got our parents just put us in front of all these movies, and now when we have
willy-nilly.
kids, then you're on social media and there's just a lot out there about all of this judgmental stuff about all the movies. Like the princesses in particular are a hot topic. And I would get really bothered by it because I love the Disney movies and I love the Disney princesses. They're like some of my best memories. My favorite is Cinderella, and I would play it. I would then go online and all these people would be talking about how horrible it is to put your daughter in front of Cinderella. And
Why? Why is it?
well, we're going to get to that. Lots
Okay.
of controversy around it. But I had formed lots of opinions about it. And actually, we can start off with Cinderella.
Yeah.
Cinderella's like a big one for me because... a lot of people say that needs a man to come and save her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the whole reason why she got out of the bad situation that she was in. But I never viewed her that way. I always viewed it as so when I was going through my divorce, it was really hard, but I learned pretty quickly that I needed to build a network of people around me to help me out. And I had friends, I had family, lots of people just helping me out. And that's how I view it. I view that Cinderella, just like me, I built my network to get myself through a terrible situation with the support of all these
I'm so sorry.
people.
And Cinderella's network is
Cinderella's network?
Gus and Jacques.
Yeah, Jacques and all
mice.
of the little birds and the mice and everything. And she got herself out of that situation by... and also...
Seducing a man.
well...
Actually, she needed her fairy godmother more than she needed a man.
Yeah.
But so specifically to Cinderella, it's interesting because I never really saw her as needing a man either. But I just thought that she had all those little friends in her network because she was a beautiful person. Like, I didn't think she was, like, building a network because she needed support. And I'm not saying...
No, yeah, she had all those little friends around her house because she was so nice to everybody. So, the first issue is the gender stereotypes. Obviously, Cinderella being at the focus of that. They're often criticized for reinforcing gender stereotypes, and so she's keeping house. But the one that stands out the most, obviously, is Snow White. Because she's like literally keeping house for 8 little men.
I was thinking, when you said that, I was thinking Sleeping Beauty.
I was too.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a brutal one.
Sleeping Beauty is another one. Aurora falls asleep, and the only one that can save her is this man that comes and kisses.
Does not ask consent.
Just not right. She was sleeping. What?
But Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, they didn't need saving. Well, maybe Belle
Ariel did. She was going to lose her voice forever
because
if
of a
she didn't find
situation
true
she
love's
put
kiss.
herself in. She was perfectly fine. She just wanted, she wanted more than she had, right? And Belle also wanted
Well, I
more
think that's
than
more
she
like
had.
a grass is greener. I mean, she had everything in the ocean.
She did.
Well,
I
she
mean,
had a dead mom and an angry father and 6 older
Yeah,
sisters.
she's like, I gotta
don't
get
think it's that great.
That's kind of
No.
relatable.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I know. And she had to leave. Like, her best friend is a fish. like an idiot fish and a bossy crab lobster that also double duties.
Crab lobster?
As a
Is
snitch.
he a crab?
Actually,
Just a crab.
But he was a snitch. He was a snitch.
He's more of like a
And
like
then-
a
Well,
nanny.
he works
And then
works
the-
for the king.
He's like a
He
guardian.
doesn't work. He's not a friend until
That's
the end.
true. He
until
was
they
a
go
nanny.
through the experience. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the idiot seagull, right?
Yeah. Who gives her the dingle hopper
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, who misleads
Or he doesn't
her,
give it to her. He
gaslighting her.
the bird.
The seagull.
He gaslights.
He's
Ariel?
always I'm joking, but he's always remember he
I
was
need to
like,
hear this
oh,
theory.
that's a dingle hopper, and
He's
he
not
starts
gaslighting
explaining
her.
to
I think he's dumb, and he doesn't. He thinks
doesn't,
it's
yeah.
actually
likes to
called
be-
that.
yeah.
He doesn't
But it is
know
true
any
though.
better.
Like, where did he get that name from?
He made
He
it
made
up.
it up. It's not like he heard it. He's flying all over the place. He's listening in on
He's got an
conversations.
ego, is what
It is
it
kind of
is.
true. So you think
He's
he's
a
just being
He just likes to sound knowledgeable
He's like
to this hot
idiot.
mermaid that keeps swimming up to him. That's my
You know
opinion.
who he kind of
What's he got
reminds
to
me of?
gain? By not calling it a
Well,
fork.
she goes to she goes to him all the time, like he's the wise
Well, yeah,
one.
but wouldn't she still go
She's
to
like,
him
no,
if,
He's
he,
no.
the
if he
wise
told
one
her?
because he lives above the sea. But the joke is he's actually an idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah,
get that.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
an
yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
I'm just, I think he's
Yeah, I don't think he's.
half idiot, half asshole. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
You think he's half asshole? I think he's all idiot.
I think he's all idiot.
Yeah, I don't think that because like what would be the purpose if it was to get her to keep coming back up to him and bouncing her little.
I don't know. I mean, she was
sea
brushing her
breezes.
hair.
Yeah,
When she was
little
brushing her hair
seashells.
with that fork, maybe he,
Well, yeah, he could
happy.
still call
Maybe
it a
he's
fork.
got a hair
though.
thing. He's
he's
into
pulling
hair.
all the strings.
He's like, all I got are these feathers.
I got that dumb mermaid to brush her hair with a fork.
You know, frankly, in Snow White, it does kind of irk me because I think that because if you remember, it's not like she's like living there for like a long time. In the movie, she just kind of like needs a place to crash. And I think that
she
she's
did
just
just
being
kind of-
nice and being like, oh, I stayed here. Like, why don't I do something nice because you let me sleep here and I'll
Did
clean
they
up.
come to depend on her then? I don't even remember.
No, I think she hightails it out of there pretty quickly afterwards.
Does she?
The Seven Dwarfs?
Yeah.
No, the Snow White doesn't she? Well, I guess the prince comes and saves her. Actually,
Does he? I don't remember.
No, wait. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Where?
Wait, I'm sorry. What are you saying? Are you saying say
Why
that word
did she
again?
go live
Wait a
with
second.
her?
We just need a second here.
Wait,
Snow White and the
and the
what?
Seven Dwarfs?
Okay, now you said it
Dwarves?
right. You definitely said dwarves.
I'm all caught up still on
Snow White and the
Dinglehopper.
seven dwarves.
Dwarves.
Drop your dwarves, Snow White. You gotta pay the rent. So, I don't know. Do you guys, when you look at this list of princesses, I mean, Snow White is an obvious one, okay? But, and then I'm making my argument again for Cinderella that I don't think that she was, I think she was like a prisoner. Like I don't think that she was cleaning up house because she was reinforcing.
And then the prince fell in love with her because, one, she was gorgeous, but two, because she was nice. Like, that was the whole point, wasn't it? But did she go to the
Well,
ball
no,
and
I was-
try to win
No.
the prince? No, didn't they?
No,
No,
she just
she
went to the
showed
ball
up.
to get out on the town.
Yeah, she showed up at the ball, and he didn't speak to her. He was smitten with her when he laid eyes on her.
I love how this sounds like you're telling me a story about people that we know. She shows up at the ball.
And he didn't even talk.
No,
Not
I'm saying
the
you
time
said she was
of
nice.
day.
There was no conversation. No, he danced with her.
The
They
card
did
goes
do-
out. You know, she's living with her dad. She loves her when she's little and everything.
She
and
didn't
then,
want to go to the ball to meet the
No,
prince?
no. She
No,
well,
she did. She did.
I think she wanted to go to the ball to go to the ball.
She wanted to go to the ball. I think she was excited.
Yeah.
To just go to the ball.
Yeah, but they...
But they. So she's not like a prisoner. She is, but she isn't.
She was, actually.
Yeah, so her stepmother is making her do things, but the guy who comes with the invitation, it says it invites all of the single ladies.
And it was because he
Oh,
was
single
looking for a
ladies.
wife, right?
his dad wanted
His
him to
dad
get
was
married.
pushing him to get married, and he had no interest.
Again,
had
it
no
sounds like
interest.
he had no interest until he laid eyes on that hot piece.
Yeah.
And,
And her clear glass shoes.
clear glass shoes. And then at the end of the movie, when
So she didn't
Wait,
go to
excuse
meet
me.
the prince and possibly get married to get out of her situation?
it ends when
We haven't watched it, so we don't know. I mean...
you've never watched
no,
Cinderella.
I mean, I've watched it, but I haven't watched it in ages.
Okay, so she's there, she's cleaning up.
Have you
after-
watched it recently?
Yeah.
Okay. You're like,
Well, she falls in love with him.
Every night
Or does
before
she fall
bed.
in love with the idea of freedom?
Yeah.
That I would say
It doesn't.
probably.
They never really get into it.
But-
he's into her, and she's just into
As a
getting
woman-
the fuck
when
out
she
of that
leaves,
house.
she's
As
like,
a
"I gotta go."
woman and as a human,
Uh-huh.
I would say it would be the idea of freedom more than it would be some unbeknownst prince.
Yeah.
Now, the idea of living like a princess, that's pretty sweet. Also, she has to go, she doesn't just blow him off. She has to go because she can't reveal that she's really Cinderella. That's why she has to run out of there.
She runs out pretty quick.
That's why we say, I'm going to turn
the-
into a pumpkin.
Yeah, because the dress is everything. She's gonna lose everything, and then the fairy godmother, like, loses everything, and one shoe gets left there, and then she takes the other shoe,
And then they go around and try to find who it was.
Yeah, and then when the king and his guy are going around to put this teeny tiny glass shoe on everybody, the evil stepmother locks her upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Because she
then-
wants her daughters.
Yeah, and then
To get it.
the mice all work really hard
Her
to
network.
get the key and steal the key and bring it
Yeah.
all the way up.
You
And
know what,
it's really
actually-
difficult to- and then she comes down and the stepmother knocks the glass shoe out of the guy's hand and it shatters all over the ground. And they're like, shit, now we're never gonna know. I guess your opportunity's gone.
I didn't know it
And then
broke.
she's like, but you know what?
I have the
I
other
have
one.
the other one. And she pulls it out. And
So Cinderella
saves
actually,
herself.
if it saves herself, and also maybe a bit progressive, because Joanna, I do agree with you about the freedom thing.
Yeah.
She's a bit more progressive in 1950 than Ariel was in 1989, because Ariel literally changed who she was at a foundational level and gave up her voice for the chance to be with this
No.
guy.
No,
She
it
gave
wasn't
up
to
her
be with the
voice
guy.
before she ever. No, wait.
No,
It was-
she fell in love with him because
Oh yeah, no, that's right. She did fall in love with him first.
Yeah.
Because then his dad comes down, he finds her little.
Oh
her
yeah,
little
he
cove.
almost drowned or something, right?
yes, and she
Yeah,
saved him.
Saved
and
him.
she's
Saves
got
him.
that big statue of him that
Yeah.
fell off the boat.
But she was already obsessed with being on land.
She was,
Yeah.
she was, and there was probably that factor, he might have not even been that great, but he's a man, he, yeah, and so, but she still changes
Although she-
everything she is to be with this guy and gives up her voice, which let's talk about that for a second. She gave up
Yeah.
her voice, and I'm talking in the metaphorical sense now, not the actual literal sense.
Yeah.
I just want to say a couple of things before we move on.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
one image that lives in my head rent free is in Cinderella, where the ugly stepsister tries on the glass slipper and her
Foot.
Yes,
That's the bending thing.
it bends like a U shape.
And then it pops right out.
Wait, when we
Yes.
were talking about that was what
That's
I saw
the
in my
image.
head.
How
Yep.
crazy is that
That is-
happens?
That is an image.
And the other thing I want to say is nobody, even though they were devastated that slipper broke, nobody had a reaction like I think all of us would have a reaction if somebody really broke glass in my home. When glass breaks in my
It's a
home,
big
I
deal.
almost feel like we have to just
Well-
shut it down and rebuild. Well, so when we talk about Ariel, who's also my favorite, I was thinking about how I think a lot of people say she gave up her voice and changed who she was. But I also think that you could reframe it and look at, like I was saying earlier, how desperate she was to get out of her situation. Mm-hmm. You know, because her father was angry, booming mad,
And
trigger,
very patriarchal, or you know what I mean, very bossy.
Yeah.
with his daughter.
Yeah, and had the crab. Was it the crab?
Yeah.
Watching
Yeah.
her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? She has 6 older sisters, and her mom is dead. And so I don't think it's that big of a stretch to think she became obsessed with the land.
Yeah.
She became obsessed with just getting out.
Yeah.
And what would you give if you really feel trapped?
I go back to that hierarchy of needs. I mean, at the end of the day, if what you need is safety or whatever, that's your base. You know what I mean? Like you know, and when it comes to Rapunzel, I don't think it's fair to say that, she gets saved by a man. She's stuck in a fucking tower.
Well, she also tossed
was
that hair down and let a full-grown
Yes.
man climb up it. I mean, as a side note, that's a pretty big deal.
I don't think she did it because she wanted to be saved by a man. I think she did it because she wanted to
Get
get
out.
out.
If we talk about trauma, I'm just going to social work it for a second.
Let's do it.
When people experience trauma, often they don't want to be around things that trigger them, right? Like you don't want to go back to the scene of the crime. You don't want to go back to the place that makes you think of the trauma. I did some research, Little Mermaid 3, Ariel's Beginning, which I never heard of
What?
before. And in this movie, this is a classic Disney movie. I did not get to watch the whole thing.
Is it one of these straight to video?
I don't know enough about it. I just learned about this. It's about Ariel's beginning and her mother, Athena. They're having a happy life. Right. Mom and dad are in love. He gives her this, King Triton gives Athena a beautiful music box and says, like, this is our song, and it's them, like, instead of a ballerina. No, I know. It's, them twirling around, or like two mermaids twirling around in it. And they're sort of like in this little alcove of the water, and they're playing with young Ariel and her sisters. And a pirate ship shows up. And they're all freaking out, like, we got to get out of here. The pirate ship starts throwing nets, throwing things, trying to catch them. And they all run for it. They go to make an escape, and Athena realizes that the precious jewelry box was left on the rocks, and the pirates were going to get it.
Mother. Nope.
She went back for it.
Nope.
But wait.
Mother's going to be like, that's more important than my baby. That's not going to happen.
No. Well, the babies, I think, were safe at that point. But yeah, it's true. I think, like, it was her special thing or something. She goes back to get it, gets it, and in every horror movie, stops and does something stupid, right? She stops and she's staring at it like, my precious. And she has it instead of escaping. And how does she die? She gets smashed between a pirate ship and the rock.
Oh, my God. Ew. And is it the rock that Ariel...
Who knows? Well, I know. She's
Full circle.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking. That's where I thought it was going.
Yeah, it's this pirate ship, like, rapidly coming towards her, and then
is this
her
a
going...
Disney? This is a Disney-produced movie?
No, I don't know enough about it. I think it is.
Could be.
Really?
And you see King Triton looking up, and you see the rock and the pirate ship smashing into it, and that's how you know she's dead. But so my point is... What daughter wouldn't want to get the fuck out of the ocean after that trauma?
That's true.
And it was probably right in front of her.
Yeah, but it's people that killed her, though. Wouldn't that be...
I don't know. She got smashed. She got stuck in the...
and then we could delve into that level of trauma, too, where then you start unconsciously recreating the trauma in other ways.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you have two therapists here. So my thought is that, yes, she silenced herself or gave her voice away, theoretically, for a man. Or you could look at it is that she's using what she has to build herself a safer life. Like a life where she feels safer.
Ooh.
Or, to get away from the place that's so stressful that she's picking up trash from the humans and hoarding it in a cave.
Hoarding.
She does.
Hoarding is it can be a result of trauma.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there you go.
We have unlocked the psychology of Ariel.
Yes, I could talk about Ariel forever.
So now, even though she's not on the list, I'm going to go ahead and add Elsa in here for a second.
Yeah.
Because then when that came out, when Frozen came out, there was lots of controversy because Elsa was too independent. And many people thought that the independent princess criticism.
She's not a princess.
Like, in quotes. Right. Well, so she's not technically one of the... But she got, bulked into the conversation, right? So even though Disney doesn't call...
Did she not make the Disney official princess list because she's too progressive?
No. So this is like a whole separate thing. So the 13 princesses are, like, designated, as Disney's... That's who they've named as her franchise.
And she's not trying to get over out of patriarchy she's trying to get past herself.
Well, there was all this controversy when that one came out because many people thought that it was pushing a gay agenda.
What?
And they thought that she wasn't interested.
Out of the closet,
she was coming out, and that she was not interested in anything.
Call me heteronormative, but I didn't get a gay agenda out of that.
Of course not.
All.
Yeah, no, of course not. But that's just where a lot of
I kind of like it, though.
I do too.
I do too.
Parallels. So she became an instant feminist icon for her independence.
Yeah.
And a refusal
little girls could look up to. Heaven forbid.
But then the other side of it is that Anna was like ready to hop into marriage after.
Yes. And I was always very disappointed by Anna in that regard. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there were debates about how much of Elsa's story was truly about female empowerment. or whether it still reinforced the idea that a woman's worth and agency were tied to their relationships with others. In this case, with her sister, rather than a romantic partner. So, like, she couldn't get through it without her sister. Because,
but we're all
God
tied
forbid,
to others. We're all tied to
yeah,
others.
right? Seriously.
I mean, literally.
Look at Lord of the Rings. It's a bunch of little hobbit men
who
all need each other.
Yeah.
You know, but nobody's walking around. Instead, they're like, wow, what an endearing story about friendship.
Yeah.
And instead, people got to come after women because it's like you're damned if you do. If she went for a man and she became the standard princess, there would have been an issue with that. But if she rejected that whole idea and was just looking out for herself, then she's too much.
Well, she wasn't even looking out for herself. She was trying to get through her own demons, literally. You know.
Yeah.
And it was that was trauma too, right? Because didn't she?
Yeah, she like took herself off onto a mountain.
Did she feel like she?
She was scared that she was going to hurt her sister with her magic.
That's what it was.
And instead of her learning more about her magic and how to control it or manage it, those trolls or whoever they went to, those like gnome guys they went to for guidance were just like, you gotta lock her up and hide her away. Like, that was it.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah. And she was all about it too. She built herself her ice castle and she was like, but really that's just like that's friggin' any woman who has any kind of power is going to be a bitch and taken down. And so she's like, oh, like if I'm going to
That happened quick though. She was like,
she was living with it.
It was
all of her
festering.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
It was quick
and then
for us.
all of a sudden it was like, and she was like, I'm out of here.
So that's the interesting thing is that either you're, quote, feminist in the bad sense.
Yeah.
And it makes me angry that people have taken that word and, made it so negative. When I was doing research, I felt like there wasn't enough criticism of Belle.
She falls in love with her oppressor.
Yeah.
And there's a whole
I could change him. I could change him.
Yeah.
I really did.
She did, didn't she? She's like, I can change this. But she didn't know he was... Gosh, she did. No, because she was like, I'll tame the beast, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was all about like...
And then he changed into Fabio, into the new man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Talking counted aside, that's the real issue here. Is that she thinks she can change this man. Mm-hmm. And I guess she does at the end.
She does.
You know?
She's the one successful woman who can change a man.
Well, she's delusional. I mean, all we saw at the end was that he looked pretty. We all know how that... We all know what's happening.
Not as pretty as the Beast did. That's all I'll say.
We get it, Jess. You're into the Beast, but... yeah.
She's into the Beast, sexy foxes.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
So there you go. That's that. That's. Does anyone have any other final thoughts?
I think we covered it all.
No. Thorough.
I mean, I could say every single one of these. I'm like, baby girl, it's not worth it.
Yeah. I think when we edit
which baby girl would you say it's not worth it the most?
Who do I think is the most delusional? Absolutely Belle. 100%. She's a lunatic.
Well, all Aurora did was sleep.
Yeah, that's like what a lot of women just want to take a fucking nap. You know, like when you say it, I'm not like, oh yeah, she didn't do anything. I'm like,
she
good
did
for
everything.
her.
She did
nice,
everything.
Aurora. You lay down and take that nap.
I think I might go with Ariel, even though she's my favorite. Because, I mean, I get the trauma lens, and I think that that's really critical. I think she gave up so much of herself for a man that was really kind of cardboardy. You know, like he's not that.
He definitely
exciting.
was cardboardy. I will give you that.
Yeah.
And who would you give a big warm hug to, Joanna, and a talking to? Little
somebody
therapy
who they think is making poor choices.
Yeah.
Poor choices. I don't know. Belle seems like such a mess to me. I think it's gonna be Belle.
Well, all right then.
Well, Jasmine also went for like the poor miscreant kid. You know, that's like a.
Well, what she did was she bunked like society. She's the princess. And she was like, I don't need to marry a prince.
She might regret that.
Yeah, absolutely. She's like, get that,
Although he
get that
became
dirty
a
monkey out of my bed. The monkey's not sleeping in the bed. You
Yeah.
said if I took in the monkey, it would never sleep in the bed and sleep in the bed all the time. Do you think monkeys shed? They definitely shit. I know that.
Well, they have like bugs on them. Wild
Yeah.
monkeys have.
Yeah, he's
They're, like picking bugs.
He's a street monkey.
He's a street monkey. He's definitely
And Jess is
infested.
into that.
I am into street monkeys. I'm into foxes. I'm into beasts. No, not like that.
Double teamed by a monkey and a beast. Jess, this is good.
like to think that I would be Ariel, but I feel like in real life I'd end up being Ursula. And also, is Cinderella, if somebody gave me a glass slipper, that is like a skinny girl's shoe. Could you imagine?
Oh my God, you'd be so
a very
sweaty.
overweight person.
Like the worst jelly ever.
You can't, it's a shoe that doesn't breathe. That's right, number one. And I just imagine
It would be
stepping into it and putting my full body on it, weight on it, and it just crunching beneath me, and me just feeling like I'm gonna go back into the attic. I'm going up.
Yeah.
Lock
Okay.
me in, Gus.
Right. Jeannie, would you take us out?
Woo!
Let's hear it.
Oh, with that. Wait, I gotta end with it
You
too?
gotta make eye contact with Jessica this time. Look at Jessica's eyes while you do it.
I'm thinking about the sexy fox.
Which? Whoa! Well, yeah, the fox. For a second, I was like, "Wait, which one are you talking about?" Then I was like, "She means the literal fox."
Meanwhile, I'm crunching glass slippers, and Jeannie's a goddamn sexy fox.
I'm a sexy fox. This is taking a turn.
Go ahead.
It's easier with you because I know I can easily torture you.
No,
All right.
she's your sister. She's your safe place.
She's looking at me so expectantly.
She can't even look at her. Well, you're not a beast or a fox. So
No,
you're safe.
no. Mindy McGuire.
All right, let's watch that here.
I can't even look at her. Judging things. I looked away. I had to look away.
How do you know?
Well, that's today's episode, and thanks for listening. What else should we be judging? We'd love to hear from you, so please check out our show notes for links to how to contact us, and shoot us a message and tell us what it is that we should be talking about. Who knows? Maybe we'll like your idea, and we'll judge the hell out of it. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and the most important thing, please review and subscribe. That really helps us out. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Nothing from Joanna, no bye.
Alice Peters saying,
So long, farewell. I'll be to say goodnight. Eric was kind of boring. Like,
Yeah.
he was kind of flat.
I was actually kind of into Eric, though, because do you know who did the voice of Eric?
Who?
Oh, no, wait, that's not true. I was thinking of...
King Triton.
You break me off a piece of
An
that.
angry dad. He walks
Angry
around-
Santa Claus sea monster.
His chest is out. He's all muscly.
Yeah.
Nice silver
With his
fox.
trident.
Yeah.
With his anger issues.